So it happens at fashion shows, in Hollywood, amongst sports fans too, and really everywhere in between. It's called cultural appropriation. You may have heard of it. It's a form of racism that some may not even realize they are taking part in. Here's Kaylee O'Kelly with more.
Cultural appropriation is defined as adopting elements of a minority culture without showing respect or giving credit or understanding for the other culture.
Dr. Moody-Ramirez teaches courses in race and media at Baylor University. She says too many take elements of a culture and use it for their own advantage.
The group is impoverished. You can actually take away money that could be going to help empower these groups.
It can also be manipulative. Kim Williams is a hair blogger who says she was taught not to embrace her natural hair.
When we rock our natural styles, we're deemed as ghetto, ratchet, and when the dominant society does it, it's cool, it's hip.
She says when women who aren't black wear hairstyles traditionally worn by black women, they are applauded.
Coming out with the cornrows and then calling it something else, the Bo Derek braids, and then everybody's like, oh yeah, that's the newest thing. Kim Kardashian, and she called it something else, and we've been doing it since we've been on this earth with the cornrows, so.
Cultural appropriation happens a lot in music. It has the opportunity to be a good thing in some ways, where people are studying and researching those who create it.
We know that the blues comes from, African polyrhythms that are prized from 2 and 4, you know what I mean, 2 and 4. And that went to church, that went to the blues, and now you have artists around the world going to expensive colleges to learn a lot of times what was rooted in a black culture.
But it becomes a problem when people profit from it.
If you're directly taking somebody's words or sampling, I think that you should give them credit for it. I think that you should, there's a saying that we say there's no such thing as free lunch. Like if you are taking something from them, pay them for it. Or if you're going to want to study them, actually go to them. You know what I mean? Include them.
Dr. Moody-Ramirez says there is a fine line between appropriating and appreciating.
If you dress in that way and then you visit someone's home who's from that culture, would they be offended? And if your answer is yes, then that means that you probably shouldn't dress in that manner.
So to be sure you're appreciating and not appropriating, do your research. Experts say you should know the history behind what you are wearing or listening to.